Salah, 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 Salah. Salah, Salah, how's it going? It's your boy Yaya back on the ones, twos. You know, how's it going? Back with another one. They thought I want to go be one. Today's topic is a recap from last night. Um, the whole argument was supposed to be about does solid matter exist at the atomic level? We're gonna do a recap from the video because from my understanding, uh, my opponent was arguing my standpoint instead of arguing and proving his standpoint that at the atomic level matter does exist. He also was proving my standpoint by showing that the electromagnetic fields or the electrons or electro clouds that surrounds the empty spaces, it's not actually empty, but majority of the time it is. So he was proving my point that energy is actually at the atomic level and matter was not. He was proving that uh, not only that it was energy, but the matter itself was composed of energy. So by him showing that the matter was composed of energy, from what I didn't see from the debate, he actually proved my point. You get what I'm saying? But we're gonna show the recap on the debate on some of the topics that the brother was talking about and how he was proving my point. And then we'll show like how the judges was biased and in their decision they only sided with the brother because he had a presentation with slides on it. You get what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why the brother actually, so called as they say, won the debate. But I went into the debate not knowing that the brother was going to use one of my standpoints. You get what I'm saying? So not only did he use my standpoints, but the brother was using my whole argument. You get what I'm saying? So, but I gave the W to the brother. You feel me? I gave him the W. I told him, brother, you can have the W. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna do my recap. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my recap because I want my people to see. You get what I'm saying? That you was actually proving my point. You get what I'm saying? But I gave you the W. You get what I'm saying? Because it's nothing to actually, you know what I mean, get upset about. Because y'all still gonna do his thing at the end of the day, bro. You hear me? But for the you can let the challenger go first.
Yep. And the affirmative, so yeah, but definitely go first.
Okay, and we got the time set, right? How long this round be?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. We got a 5 minute clock. Do we have a timekeeper? All right, sounds good to me. Okay, and
5 minute intro, right? Do we have a timekeeper? Because I can get a time.
Yeah, I ain't heard if we had a timekeeper or not.
Now we good.
yeah, we good. Yeah, y'all right about time.
It's the intro, right?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, just the opening.
All right. Intro. 5 minute intro on me. Kick it off.
I bet. I'll share my screen. Can y'all see it? Do I start my time yet? Do you see my screen?
Hold on.
All right, we good? I bet. Okay, go ahead and start that clock. All right, so like I said earlier, today we're debating the solid matter exists at the atomic level according to quantum physics. First, we're going to start off with the quantum nature of solid matter. We got to understand this, break this down. Solid objects we touch every day appear to be continuous and impenetrable, but at the atomic level, they tell a different story. When we examine matter quantum scales, we discover a fascinating realm where traditional physics breaks down and a new set of principles governs reality. Hey, whoever mic is hot, go ahead and read that. In this presentation, we'll explore how quantum mechanics explains why solid matter exists, despite being composed primarily of empty space. We'll journey from the strange behavior of subatomic particles to the emergent properties that create the solid world we experience. Understanding the quantum foundation of solidity not only satisfies our curiosity about fundamental physics, but also
So if you guys notice, right, in his first, when his first words, right, he actually said, in his first words, right, he said, the solid objects we touch every day appears continuously and independently or some shit like that, whatever he said, right? He said, but at the atomic level, they tell a different story. You get what I'm saying? So he's letting you know, right, that it's solid there, but at the atomic level, right, according to quantum mechanics, it's different. You get what I'm saying? Because the solid that we see today wouldn't be actual solid on that level. You get what I'm saying? So that's why this brother actually was bringing out my whole argument. But we're gonna continue going on into it though.
enables technological breakthroughs in material science, computing, and energy technologies. We'll cover all of that today.
And you see how the brother dove into computers and stuff like that. Has nothing to do microchips and all that. Has nothing to do with matter, bro. Being solid at the automatic level. You get what I'm saying? But let's continue.
First, we're going to lay out some few important terms here. Because, if we're going to talk about physics, I'd rather make sure you guys get to work and make sure you understand what we're talking about. So first, we're going to talk about the first word, solid matter. I'm going to give you the definition and the context. The definition, a solid is one of the four fundamental states of matter characterized by structural rigidity and resistance to change in shape or volume. Discussion that the context is in a solid, atoms are packed closely together in a fixed regular pattern. All other positions are governed by quantum vibrations. Next word.
I want you guys to remember that what he just said. It said 1151. He said everything is in a fixed pattern. But later on down the line, in the questions and answerings, when I asked him about this question about the fixed patterns according to the electrons, he actually agreed and said that there wasn't any fixed patterns. But we're going to get into that too.
Atomic level. Atomic level. The definition is the scale of length roughly corresponding to the size of the atom, typically around 0.1 nanometers. The context is at the atomic level, matter must be treated using quantum mechanics because classical descriptions fail. And we're going to elaborate on that today. The next one, quantum physics.
So now, if you see, right, he said classical mechanics. Remember this. He said because classical mechanics had failed. So now he finna start using my logic, right? Showing that it is not a majority of empty space, right? But a majority is empty, but some of these empty spaces, right, carry electric or electron clouds. Watch you start diving into my stuff. Just pay attention.
Quantum physics. The definition is the branch of physics that deals with systems on an atomic and subatomic scales, where energy, momentum, and other quantities are quantized. I probably did not specify whether we were dealing with subatomic scales. So we're going to address the atomic today. And lastly, I've already mentioned this. We're going to go into it. Classical physics. Classical physics is the framework of physical laws developed before the advent of quantum mechanics and relativity, including Newtonian mechanics, Maxwell's electric.
But remember earlier, right? He said classical mechanics or classical physics had failed. So that's why he would be proving it using the modern quantum physics instead of using classical physics. You get what I'm saying? But now he's bringing out classical physics in a definition where it states classical physics is the framework of physical laws developed before advent of quantum mechanics, bro. So basically, he switched up his whole stance. Now he's bringing out classical physics now. But watch this and see how he switched his stance back up and started digging into my argument, bro.
So magnetism and classical thermodynamics, which accurately describe most everyday phenomenon at human scales and low velocities. Now here's some more important terms here. If you want, you can pause the screen here, and you'll see.
Y'all see that? He got the wave functionings. You get what I'm saying? The wave functionings. He diving into one of my topics that I brought up in the debate about the wave functionings. Hold on, let me go to my notes real quick. I got my notes right here. It's the same notes that I brought up. Right? See what he didn't realize, right? When he brought out the wave functions, you get what I'm saying? He actually missed the wave particles of the duality. You get what I'm saying? Because we all know that electrons, right? The electrons, right? They they act in both ways, bro. You get what I'm saying? They act in both ways like particles. You get what I'm saying? Like behavior. Like it's their behavior forms. That's what they acting like. They're acting like both ways, right? So in some experiments, they behave like discrete points. You get what I'm saying? They behave like discrete points in some experiments. You get what I'm saying? And then others, right? They spread out like waves. You get what I'm saying? So brother is diving into my whole argument in his presentation. You get what I'm saying? My whole argument is in his presentation. That's why one of the judges, including the moderator, even said that the brother spent 10 minutes arguing my argument. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
You got existence, which is a state of being real and having objective reality. Observation and measurement, which is in quantum mechanics, measurement collapses a waveform into a singular eigenstate given a definite result. Wave function, which is a mathematical function that contains all the information about a quantum system. And lastly, emergence, the phenomenon that arises from the collective interactions of a simpler entity in which are not predictable from the properties of individual components. So this is me laying the foundation for this entire conversation. Again, I am the affirmative. My position is yes, and that is my right.
Now we finna go into what I'm speaking about. And now you're gonna see how the brother, goddamn me, is actually for the start talking about my goddamn argument. How you gonna start talking about wave particles, goddamn me, and wave functions, and you supposed to be proving the solidity, goddamn me, and you over here talking about wave functions. That's something that I brought out. You get what I'm saying? That's something that I had brought out. You feel me? And then what was crazy is after the debate, they was like, "Oh, how you gonna bring out his argument?" You get what I'm saying? And this is my argument. This is how I'm proving that matter is composed of energy at the atomic level, and that solid matter as we see it today does not exist at that level. You get what I'm saying? So if this brother is bringing out wave particles and wave functions, you get what I'm saying, to try to prove his phenomenon, it goes to show you that this brother is getting his techniques from me. His argument is coming from me. Like, you guys got to stop it, man. And before we even had this type of debate, the brother already knew we had an encounter in the back chat. So you already knew my standpoint in the back chat off the evidence I done showed you in the back chat. The evidence I showed him showed that it was accuracy. You get what I'm saying? Just off the statements that I made. You feel me? So the brother already knew my standpoint. He even confirmed and said, I got the evidence, bro. I have screenshots of him even saying, well, you did say it was majority of them. You get what I'm saying? So now the brothers in a debate then brought out the electron clouds surrounding these atoms. You get what I'm saying? Which proves that the brother stole my argument because he already knew he was going to lose this. But I gave it to him. I told him you can have it. It doesn't mean that serious. I'm just doing a recap just so my people on my page can see the flaws and see how the brother stole my argument. That's it, to try to prove his claim. But let's get back to it. It's your boy Yaya Bay too, man. You know how we do it.
All right. Okay. How's that boy Mel's beginning of the first round? All right, let's take it on over to Yaya. How you feeling, brother?
I want to get
Mike check. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Mike check one more time. Are you good? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me see it. Finish up my screen.
All right, timekeeper, you good? All right. We know what. I ain't gonna hold you up no longer.
Let me share my screen. Let me know if y'all got it.
Okay. Let him get his technical stuff together, fellas. As soon as he said up, we in there.
Is it sharing?
Yeah, good to go. Green light, brother.
Is it sharing?
Yes, sir.
What? I don't see mine. Okay,
You good?
All right. Well, okay, cool. Like it's just a little simple presentation. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I only need 5 minutes. You know, like the brother said he'll be proving classical matter, and I'll be proving quantum mechanics. You see that? Now, further on in the debate, right? The brother is never going to deny that he's proven classical mechanics. I mean, classical mechanics or classical physics. However the brother want to put it, you get what I'm saying? He never denied it till after the fact. We was in a back chat and the brother said he wasn't debating classical matter, bro, or classical physics. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna continue showing. According to modern physics, and quantum mechanics, particles like electrons and quarks, they exhibit a duality. I'll be proving that. The characteristics of both energy waveforms and discrete particles. Yeah, I see that. You see that. So how the fuck the brother is gonna have something in his presentation talking about wave functions if I'm already for to be proven at the atomic level, right? That solid matter does not exist and it's just wave functions or energy grids moving at a fast frequency, bro, that's creating this illusion of solidity at this type of level. Come on, man. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I said for a reason, bro. I'm gonna give you the W. You can have the W. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm just doing my recap because I want my people to see. You get what I'm saying? I want my people to see my standpoint and what I'm proving. You get what I'm saying? But it's okay. It's all right. You get what I'm saying? Because this is the awakening of the inner being. Let's get it back to fundamentals or altering and understanding of matter, right? So not only I'll be proving that quantum forces prevents atoms from passing through each other, right? Which causes illusion. You get what I'm saying? So that too as well. And then I also will be diving into experiments where when particles like ions are fired at a barrel with two slits, they exhibit or exhibit interference patterns. I've been proving that these electrons and don't have patterns according to. You see that? So this is what we're supposed to be proving. We're supposed to be proving a solidity of matter at the atomic level. You get what I'm saying? So everything that the brother is bringing out in his presentation, it's like he knew what to dive into and he knew how to bring it out because he knew that what I was bringing out in the back chat, it was like it was a cut. It was a major cut. That's why once the first round hit, you will see how the brother started off his first round. Modern quantum mechanics. I'm saying not only I'll be proving that, I'll also be proving that atoms are majority empty spaces. When I say majority, not saying all. be proving that when I say majority of empty spaces, I mean that they are consist of nucleus. So these are probabilities. You get what I'm saying? That I will be proving according to quantum physics, quantum mechanics, right? Probabilities, electrons, nucleus, right? See, according to classical physics, like the brother said, right, earlier, he'll be proving that they have fixed patterns. In classical physics, that's what they believe. They believe that they have fixed patterns. But then the brother tried to say that classical physics failed. So he'll be proving that they did by using modern day quantum physics. You get what I'm saying? You guys gotta read and go back through this debate and see what this brother is talking about. It's my whole argument. Now we're gonna continue. That's all I need.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sound like you got a lot to prove there, brother. Sound like you got a nice load. Sound like Mel. Sound like you're good to go. Y'all two debaters. Y'all here tonight to get it on. Let's go ahead and kick it off. All right, we're talking 10-minute rounds, right? 2 of them?
Yep, 2 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, okay, so on Mel. Is it on Mel or is it on y'all?
Y'all see my presentation? We good to go?
Okay, Mel. Time, man, you ready? I ain't gonna hold you up no more, brother. Mel, it's on you. Take it away.
I bet. And we're going to start that time. For the record, I specified in my intro, we are not dealing with classical physics. But you're going to get this work. We're going to figure that out. Together, you're going to get this work. So first, we're going to talk about the puzzle of solid objects. If atoms are 99.9999% empty space, why can't we walk through walls? This fundamental question challenged physicists in the early 20th century. The nucleus of the atom occupies a tiny fraction of its volume, with electrons orbiting at relatively vast distances. When you press your hand against the table, you're not actually touching it in the conventional.
Now, if you notice, right? If you know, if you notice, right, in the beginning of my presentation, I literally just said the same thing. You get what I literally just said the same thing. Majority of the spaces are not empty. So this man literally just came out and just said 99.9999% of these spaces. So that means 1% of these spaces are not empty. 1% of these spaces are not empty. And if you read in my presentation earlier, as I just said, right, I said majority of these spaces are not empty. I will be proving that majority of these spaces are not empty. So why this brother bringing out in the first round, 99.999%, but 1% is majority of these. Well, majority is the 99.999, and the 1% is supposed to be the electrons or the electromagnetic fields. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's why I said I went on your platform. You get what I'm saying? I went on your platform. It was biased. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't neutral. You feel me? You stole my argument, but I gave you the W. And I'm still saying you can have the W. You got it. I'm just doing a recap. Once again, I'm repeating it all over again. I'm just doing a recap for my people on my channel to see that you just stole my whole argument, but you can have the W. You get one, you can have it. You get it's that easy. You can have it, son. Let's continue going into
it. Instead, you're experiencing the electromagnetic repulsion between the electrons in your hand and those in the table surface. Classical physics fails to explain why solid objects maintain their form. They resist penetration.
So y'all see this? Y'all heard what he's saying? He's the negative, bro. He's supposed to be proving why solid matter does exist at the atomic level. Why is he showing or expressing in his first round that solidity doesn't pertain its form? So if solidity doesn't pertain to its form at this level, then what is it? It's energy. You just said it. It's the the energy, right? Like you said, you can't put your hand through the wall, not because it's solid, bro. You get what I'm saying? But you can't put your hand through the wall because the electromagnetic fields. You even just said it in your first round, bro. So it's like basically, it's like everything you're saying, bro. And once I break, because I'm not gonna even go to the second round. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't have all day to do a recap. I don't do all that and spend my time. It's definitely not on my channel. My channel is about consciousness. You get what I'm saying? It's about energy. So I don't spend all day long. You get what I'm saying? On nonsense like this. Like I said, I just want my people to see how the brother presentation or the first round he coming in, it's the same how I came in. And then the judges say, how you guys gonna argue the same thing? This man's supposed to be proving why solidity keep its form at the atomic level. You gotta prove that, man. You're supposed to be proving that the matter keep its form. If it's keeping its form, bro, if it's keeping its solidity, there's no need for the electromagnetic fields. Come on, man. But like I said, you can have the W. You know, it's not that serious. I'm not gonna lose anything. You get what I'm saying? I'm still gonna wake up and be the same Yaya Bay 2 tomorrow, just like I was today when I came in the back chat. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's you know, I just want my people to see. You get what I'm saying? That's it. We're gonna continue a little bit what he said.
Tracy. The answer lies in quantum mechanics, which is also quantum physics, which introduces principles that govern particle behavior at the atomic scale, creating what we perceive as solidity. Next page. Key.
You see that? What we see as solidity, not matter. He's not saying that it's solid matter that we're seeing, bro. He's not putting it that way. He's letting you guys know that it's energy that's there. You get what I'm saying? But he's tricky with his words, bro. You gotta listen to this man. This man is very tricky, man. You get what I'm saying? As I'm listening to as he goes on, this man is tricky as hell, bro. You get what he a tricky ass dude. You feel me? And you know what? How the way he started off the presentation in the first round, I give it to him. You get what I'm saying? Because this is what me and him talked about in the back chat. This is how I proved that it was energy at the atomic level and that the matter was composed of energy and there was no need for solidity. You need to get what I'm saying? And the way he started off his presentation that came in the first round, bro. I gotta give it to you, bro. You study me to a key, and I ain't use shit but AIs. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. It's the game, man. You win some.
Key affirmative points to remember. These are my points. I'll bring these back up later on in the debate. Make sure you guys are following. The first one, operational existence. If solids didn't exist at the atomic level, we couldn't build solid state drives, manipulate atoms with nanotechnology, or define crystal structures. Emergent properties matter. Solidity doesn't require classical particles. It arises from quantum rules, such as the Pauli exclusion principle, which we're definitely going to get into today, electron orbitals, etc. Quantum theory describes solidity.
Why is he steady using the electric part? Why everything he's bringing out has something to do with electrons? You get what I'm saying? Why did he start off the first round with you couldn't put your hand through a door because of the electromagnetic fields? You get what I'm saying? Like, why are he doing it? You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, because it's a reason why he's doing this. The man is tricky, man. He's tricky because he's showing you that, yeah, it's energy there for sure. You get what I'm saying? Then later on down the line, he ran out of all objects. He had no more. You feel me? So now it's like he tried to use my argument against me. You get what I'm saying? But really, we were saying the same thing. We was in correspondence with each other. You get what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, like I said, you know, the brother just, you know, he just studied me to a T. That's it. You feel me? He came out with my argument.
Each electron requires its own unique quantum state energy level
If you look at this, man.
with each type of particle corresponding to a specific quantum field. Even
So we're gonna jump to this right
virtual
here.
particles.
Where is that? Let me go back to it. The poly. Ooh, it was probably something. Right here, right? This is my argument right here. Hold on. Right? The poly experiment, right? It's called the poly exclusion principle. You get what I'm saying? You see, I was proving the I'm gonna start at number one, right? Number one was right. Number one was. Give me a second, okay. All right. Number one was right. For instance, right. An electron isn't a tiny solid object, but a localized ripple in the electron field. You get what I'm saying? Then number six was the Pauli exclusion principle, right? This principle states that no two this principle states that no two forms, right, like electrons. Give me just a moment. Hello. Yeah, I'm for to text you right now. I was on live. All right. No, but look what the brother got on the screen, right? Let me go back. The brother got on the screen, right? Hold on real quick. Press play.
Virtual particles,
Play
which exist for fleeting moments before they disappear again. So they cannot be directly observed. The effects are measurable, such as in the Casimir effect, where two uncharged metallic plates placed close together created experience an attractive force due to changes in vacuum energy. The vacuum then is a dynamic and energetic medium.
Why is the brother steady mentioning energy if he's supposed to be proving the solidity of matter at the atomic level? But we just gonna continue, man.
Physics that plays a role in everything from particle interactions to the expansion of the universe. Let's go to the meat and potatoes. We'll go to the Pauli exclusive principle. There's three steps here. Exclusive quantum states. Each electron requires its own unique quantum state. Energy level arrangement. Electrons arranged in hierarchical energy levels. Electron cloud formation. They create the effective volume of that. In 1925, Wolfgang Pauli, who's up there in the right hand corner, said that no two electrons can be the exact same state. This rule makes electrons spread out into different energy levels around this.
It's like what are we debating here? You get what are we supposed to be debating here, really? You know what I mean? Like let's just be honest here. You get what I'm saying? Like what are we really supposed to be debating here? Are we debating my argument, or is we supposed to be debating your argument? Because if I'm not understanding, you're the negative, bro. I mean, I'm the negative and you're the positive. So you're supposed to be proving that this energy is not there, bro. According to that, bro, that actually proves my point, bro. Again, let me go ahead and dive into that real quick, right? It's a this principle states that no two forms like electrons, you hear me? No two forms like electrons, right, can occupy the same quantum state simultaneously, right? It prevents elements from collapsing into small space. The brother is proving my point by bringing up the Pauli exclusion principle, because this proves that the electrons themselves, bro, come on, man, cannot occupy the same quantum state simultaneously, bro. Now let's continue what the brother said real quick, and then I'm gonna dive into what I said. Come on, man.
Nucleus help reshape the size size and structure of atoms. Without this rule, all electrons would crowd, and the lowest energy level, atoms wouldn't have structure.
You see that? He said, without this rule, all electrons crowd into the lowest energy level. So that means they will collapse, bro. Come on, man. Let's get into what I said, man. It don't get no simple than this.
Ain't even rope ice silk. I ain't even lit my blunt yet. I ain't even lit. I'm about to light it right now. Go ahead, President. You got the floor.
Oh man, yeah, man, that boy, man, coming out the gate. Yeah, with the rebuttal. Yeah, oh yeah, you green light, brother. You ready to go?
Let me get it over there.
All right, man. Hey, green light, brother. Carry it, take it away.
Let me know what you got my spirit.
Let's get him on
too. Me a little bit because I really ain't take it serious, bro. You feel me? Like, who smoke a blunt while debating? You know what I mean? Or drink.
All right.
Like, it's all good. Is it on there?
Okay, yeah, I see it.
Oh, I was about it. I just sit over on the side. Okay. All right, you go ahead and start my time, young.
All right, yeah, it's on you. Bottom of the first, let's go.
I'm ready. Let's get it. All right, so the brother, if anybody notice anything about energy, or we all know that according to modern quantum physics, matter at the than that. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing there. You feel me? At the majority of the atomic level, yes, atoms. Me and this brother have the same argument. Earlier, he was speaking about the nucleus. You get what I'm saying? His whole first round and presentation was about energy, bro. You get what I'm saying? So now you see me bringing out energy. So what are we debating about? You get what I'm saying? Is we really supposed to be debating about does solid matter exist at the atomic level? Remember, bro, he's supposed to be the positive and I'm the negative. So if I'm the negative, right, and I'm proving that it is energy at the atomic level, and then he come out in his presentation and first round stating that it's energy at the atomic level and matter is composed of this energy, and that the solidity that we see today is not truly solid. You get what I'm saying? That's why he gave the example why you couldn't put your hand through the door, because the electromagnetic fields. You get what I'm saying? So, man, I don't know what we was debating here, man. Let's continue. It's probabilities. You get what I'm saying? So on my screen here, it says classical mechanics, right? Describes motion of microscopic objects using deterministic laws, right? So if anybody noticed, or if anybody know anything about experiments, anything on an atomic level cannot be seen on a microscopic level. Now you can only see solid matter on a microscopic level. Now you see the debate is supposed to be about solid matter exists at the atomic level. I don't know how many times I didn't say in this debate, proving that it's energy and that there's no need for solid. You get what I'm saying? And you know what's crazy? The folks said it didn't say solid, but even though it has some information in it, you know what I mean, that related to it, saying that it didn't exist, it didn't say the words. It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. So this whole debate is about energy. It's not about solid matter, bro. You get what I'm saying? So let's just look and see.
Microscopic level, but you cannot see solid matter in the atomic level. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you an example real quick. I'm gonna give you an example of
now watch my example, right? Watch my example. Remember his example, right? You couldn't put your hand through the door because why? Because of the electromagnetic fields that's inside it. Now watch this.
what I mean. Give me just a second. It's like a table, right?
I'm going through my notes. That's why you heard the paper flip over, because I'm going through my notes. You get what I'm saying? If you paid attention and heard that paper, that's the paper. That's me flipping over. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm going through my notes. You get what I'm saying? So the brother had the same argument as me. You feel me? When he brought up the Pauli exclusion principle, that was my argument. That was me proving that these two, like electrons, you know what I'm saying, can't occupy the same quantum state simultaneously, because why? It prevents electrons from collapsing into small spaces. You get what I'm saying? So the brother brought out my fucking whole totally argument, and his whole argument was based off energy. It wasn't based off does solid matter exist at the atomic level. No, it wasn't, bro. That wasn't his argument.
We all know that when it comes to a table is supposed to be solid matter, right? But the reason
Now you remember his example earlier, bro. His example earlier and what he shown earlier in the first round when he first started, right? It's shown that it was 99, 99, 99 empty, right? But 1% of it wasn't. And that's 1%, right? Was the electron cloud. This is the electromagnetic force, right? This is why we can't put our hand through a door, or why we can't stick our hand through a table. You get what I'm saying? Because of this type of field.
you can't put your hand through the table is because the electromagnetic forces that's within the table. So in reality, this table is really not solid.
Exactly. So in reality, right? Excuse me. Pardon me. In reality, right? At the quantum state, right? At the atomic structure, you get what I'm saying? This table is not a real table. You feel me? This table would be nothing but electromagnetic fields. You get what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. You get what I'm saying? And yes, don't get me wrong. Yes. And I brought out the protons and the neutrons, right? I mean, not neutrons, but yeah, the neutrons. I brought out the protons and the neutrons and how they played a role in this too as well, but not as important as the electrons. Like, come on, man.
You get what I'm saying? The table is really electric. You know what I mean? It's the atoms that's within the table that's causing you not to go through the table or break through the table. You get what I'm saying? So when this brother brings up classical mechanics, he's dealing with old school mechanics, old school physics. When they try to say that, right here where it says that, sorry about that, it says deterministic versus probabilities, right? Classical mechanics based on deterministic principles, meaning that if initially conditions of a system, real quick, if I can, give me a second. Let me hold on, give me 1 second.
And then somehow, bro, you get what I'm saying?
Really,
The whole crowd, the whole comments was filled with this man people. So I came in your arena. You get what I'm saying? Came in your arena to prove that it was energy at the atomic level, and you came and proved my point.
No. Can you still see my screen? Is
Yeah,
my
you
screen
good.
still sharing? Okay. Well,
you good.
all right. In a sense, right? It's like, okay, well, it's a determinism versus probability, right? It's a classical mechanics based on deterministic principles, meaning that if the initial conditions of a system are known, its future behavior can be predicted with certainty using Newton's law of motion. When quantum mechanics introduced an uncertain behavior, right? So quantum mechanics, according to today, it debunks classical mechanics, but physics is based.
Yeah, I see that earlier when I shown earlier, right? The brother said that it's the same argument. This is the same argument, man. The brother, what I just said, debunks mechanics proven, because the brother showed, as I shown earlier, the brother shown that it was all that it was all fixed patterns, right? But I just shown that according to quantum mechanics, right, it wasn't fixed patterns. Remember, he said that he wasn't going to do classical mechanics. You get what I'm saying? But that because you didn't approach and use the words of classical mechanics, bro. It was your doctrine. Your doctrine comes from classical mechanics. You get what I'm saying? And people don't understand modern day quantum mechanics because they too stuck into the classical ways. You get what I'm saying? They're too stuck in the classical ways. You guys got to understand this, man. Let's continue real quick.
Probability behavior, right? That exact position and monument of particles connect relationally known, right? As described with uncertainty principles. We all know about that. A lot of people don't know about that, but we'll dive into that later in second round, right? Now, number 2, right? It says the scale of application, classical mechanics, right? I'm just showing the difference between the two and how quantum mechanics, which is modern day quantum mechanics, debunks classical mechanics, right? It says classical mechanics, right, on the scale of application applies to a macro, right? Like I said earlier, you can only see this on a micro object or a micro level. You get what I'm saying? So it says it applies to a micro object, subject as planets, cars, and everyday phenomena.
So basically, bro, that's dealing with solidity, bro. That's dealing with anything that's solidity that we see today. That's why I said the brother argument that because he didn't use the words classical mechanics, I knew his defense. He's debating classical mechanics, bro. That's his standpoint. That because he's not bringing it out and try to see, he hit you with that classical mechanics was error and it was false for a reason. Then he brought out modern day quantum mechanics, showing that the electromagnetic fields is what's stopping everything. You get what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. You feel me? So his whole approach, bro, his whole approach and standpoint is dove into classical mechanics, bro. Because quantum mechanics does not deal with the microscopic level. You feel me? Deal with the subatomic and the atomic level only, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, it's like we're dude is proving my point. You proving my point, bro. You get what I'm saying? That's why I said I came on your show. You get what I'm saying? And shit, I gave you the W. It is what it is. You can have it. You get what I'm saying? I just want my people to know, and I just want my people to see. That's it. You get what I'm saying? That the things that you were saying, bro, just lines up with the things that I was saying. That's it. That's all. You feel me? Nothing else. You feel me? And you can be mad all you want to. It is what it is, man. You get what I'm saying? Like, the things you were saying, bro, lines up with everything that I was saying, man. I'm gonna share my screen. Got a couple more sources because I want to show y'all, man. This dude right here was really stealing my whole argument. He was stealing my whole presentation the whole time. Like, you supposed to be debating against energy, bro. You supposed to be debating against these electromagnetic fields, bro. You supposed to be proving that these fields are not there, bro. You get what I'm saying? And that the fundamentals of matter are the ones that's creating this solidity here, not energy. Like you said in the back chat, energy don't take up space. Mass and matter do. That's what you said in the back chat. So it's like your whole standpoint, you switched it up, and now you start running with my tactics. You start running with my stuff. You get what I'm saying? But it's all good. Like I said, I ain't gonna be here long. I just need to show a couple sources real quick. Right? So once we dive into actual evidence, right? So look, we're gonna scroll up because I want people to understand and realize, bro. You feel me? That people don't understand what evidence is. Look at that. What they say, the illusion of reality, the scientific proof that everything is energy and reality isn't real. You get what I'm saying? The scientific proof that everything is energy, right? And reality isn't real. Let's dive into it. You feel me? There go a little quote by Einstein. He said, Albert Einstein says, reality, right, is merely an illusion, although a very persistent one. It's a persistent illusion. That means that we're constantly in rotation, right? So just a little bit of the intro. You get what I'm saying? Say, what else can we do in the face of that? The face of what scientists have discovered about reality? It's unbelievable, fantastic. He said, and it is quite clearly showing that everything is energy at the most fundamental levels. Here's a really brief peek of the shocking things quantum physics physicians and it said now about our know about our reality, facts that change everything we believe about life and self, standing in all on its head, such did our views of the solar system and so forth, so on. Right? So we diving into it. Say quantum weirdness, right? The evidence that everything is energy. The evidence that everything is energy. You get what I'm saying? So once you read earlier, right, it shows that it says scientific proof. So everything that I've shown was scientific proof according to the quantum physics. You get what I'm saying? That is everything is energy. And the brother, even in his debate, gave examples on why you couldn't put your hand through a door. You know, he brought out electron clouds. He even brought out why the spaces was majority empty. You get what I'm saying? So he brought out the Pauli exclusion principle. You get what I'm saying? He brought out the wave functions, the wave particles. So basically, it's like where you brought out everything that's in my argument. So really, it's like a negative versus a negative. You defending my standpoint. But let's go ahead and get to it, right? It says the solar system picture of electrons and protons as tiny solid planet-like structures whizzing around a larger interior. Neutron in the atom was dead wrong, right? Electrons, muons, tions, quarks, and gluons have no internal structure and no physical size, meaning that they are entirely illusionary, or put another way, made up of energy. They are zero dimensional and more like events. They are zero dimensional, but more like events than things. As if as if that weren't bad enough, electrons, those negative charge particles, right, that aren't really particles, but these particles are wave functions. These are wave functions. They aren't really particles, bro. I get what I'm saying? These are wave functions, right? It said that aren't really particles, right, were discovered to be both a wave and a particle at the same time. So basically, in my argument, in my debate, like I said, I would be proving the wave duality. I will be proving that these things behave in two different ways. You get what I'm saying? And I even proved it. And what was sad was they still said that the brother argument, even though his argument was from mine, I got my argument from him. It just doesn't make any sense, bro. If we both proven energy at the atomic level, it doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying? It says really particles, right? There weren't really particles, but were discovered. This was discovered by quantum mechanics, modern day quantum mechanics, were discovered to be both a wave and a particle at the same time. Wave particle duality. Electrons showed up in one form or the other, depending on the experiments involved, right? It say they were also hard to pin down. After all, when everything is energy, it's hard to keep it. It said when everything is energy, it's hard to keep it in one place. Scientists can know a particle or particles velocity or its position, but not both at the same time. So basically saying scientists, right, they can know the particles and they can know the velocity, the measurements. You get what I'm saying? They can know what particle is it, and they can measure it by the velocity of its position, right? But they can't know both at the same time. They can't know both at the same time, bro. You get what I'm saying? So in order for you to understand quantum physics, you actually got to understand quantum mechanics first. You get what I'm saying? So in order for a brother to try to bring out the same argument as me, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Let's continue reading, right? It says scientists can know a particle's velocity or its position. Remember, brother was like, so it can't. Brother saying that it can't measure anything, or it can't weigh, or they don't know what particle it is. How, bro? How? My evidence literally says scientists can know a particle's velocity. You get what I'm saying? So they can measure it. You get what I'm saying? They can measure it, the velocity or its position, or the position or the state that it's in, or the field that it's in, but not both at the same time. Why? Because which is like a cop, right? It's like a cop clocking you, right? Here's an example, which is like a clock clocking a car doing 150 miles per hour on the interstate, but not being able to locate it to give it a chase. You get what I'm saying? It's another strange habit, energetic particles. And that's true, because if you're going at 150 miles per hour, bro, right? And the police is pulled up on the side of the road with a gun, it wouldn't be able to keep up with you in a chase. You get what I'm saying? It'd be hard to keep one place. It'd be hard to keep you in one place, bro. You get what I'm saying? It'd be hard. 150 miles per hour on the interstate, but not being able to locate it, within a chase, or give a chase. You feel me? So 150 miles per hour, it won't be able to get to locate you. Boy, you moving hella fast. Fuck around and crash. 150, that's long, bro. You get what I'm saying? It said another strange habit, right? Energetic particles have is they can be in more than one place at the same time. It's called superposition. Electrons and other non-particles. Particles are, let's continue real quick. Say particles are capable. Sorry, we went too far. Right? Particles are capable of being in hundreds of places simultaneously, which is only possible if everything is energy at the most fundamental levels. It seems like the more physics discover, the worse things get for those of us hoping to hold on to any sort of sense of normal reality. In fact, towards the end of his life, when Einstein was asked what was the biggest physics question he wished could be answered before he died, he replied, "I'd be happy if I just knew what an electron really was." Come on, man. Come on, man. You guys got to stop this shit. You feel me? And for you guys to sit there and let the guy to bring out and talk about electromagnetic fields, electrons, and all this stuff, electro clouds, and then I bring it out. You guys, man, you guys gotta stop it, man. I showed too much proof. Y'all didn't accept it. You get what I'm saying? So Einstein really wanted to know what an electron was before he died. He said, now we know, and we know it's energy at the most fundamental levels. Reality is stranger than we think, right? He said it's stranger than most people can think. And the reality is that everything is energy, and energy is everything. Scientists have been dealing with the shocking implications of quantum theory for 100 years now. But as far as mainstream society is concerned, scientists studying conclusions about life may as well not exist. It's the same old as far as the ego matrix is concerned, and yet quantum physics had amazing things to say about the energetic nature of reality that can free our minds from its suspicious and restrictions. Wave particles duality cast doubt upon the very foundation of the scientific method itself, objectively, and the necessary separation of the scientists from the experiments. Like, man, y'all gotta stop this shit, man. The brother was proving my whole point, man. You proving my point, man. You proving my point. You know what I mean? And they took your battle and they ran with it. Small thing to a giant. I'm saying, I'm gonna show one more, and then I'm off this thing. I'm gonna show one more, then I'm off this thing. Because you gotta understand, man. The debate was about matter, bro. Solid matter existing at the atomic level. You get what I'm saying? Why is you bringing out electromagnetic fields in your debate? Why is you talking about electron clouds? You get what I'm saying? Why is you talking about anything that's dealing with electrons? You get what I'm saying? That's not your field of play. You feel me? Your field of play was to prove that it did exist. Solid matter did exist. But you didn't. You didn't prove that, man. But it's all good. Small thing to a giant. Like I said, I don't spend all day up here. Unlike some people, man. But let's go ahead. It said our current working model, the atom is based on quantum mechanics. Went down a little bit too far. Hold on. See, that's why they get it messed up at, you know. See, they think everything deals with quantum physics, bro. You got quantum physics and you have quantum mechanics. You get what I'm saying? And you folks must know the difference between quantum physics, quantum mechanics. But quantum mechanics also deals with all of the quantum fields and all of quantum physics, or anything that's dealing with quantum. You get what I'm saying? So it said our current working model of the atom is based on quantum mechanics. It said that's incorporate the ideas of quantizing energy levels, the wave properties of electrons, and the uncertainty associated with electrons located in monument. So in order for you to talk about quantum physics, right? You're dealing with matter and you're dealing with light. You're dealing with matter and you're dealing with light. When we talk about light, we're speaking of energy. You get what I'm saying? We're speaking of energy. You get what I'm saying? So when the brother brings out in this argument everything that I was bringing out, we both are in agreement with each other without even knowing that we in agreement with each other. But I knew we was in agreement with each other when you first started your presentation. So I understand that. You get what I'm saying? So it said, if we know their energies, which we do, then the best we can do is to calculate a probability distribution that describes the likelihood of where a specific electron might be found. You get what I'm saying? That That right there alone proves my point. You get what I'm saying? I brought it out in the debate, you know what I mean? But they couldn't understand because they don't understand quantum mechanics. That's why it said everything. He said that's why it said our current working model of atoms, or I mean, sorry about that. I'm gonna say atoms for you. You know what I mean? For the ones in the back chat because they don't know what atoms are. So I'm gonna say atoms. You get what I'm saying? Our current working mode of atoms, right? It's based on quantum mechanics. It's based on quantum mechanics. It's based on quantum mechanics. Why is this brother bringing out quantum physics? So you're mixing quantum physics with quantum mechanics, right? That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. You could do that. But at the same time, you started mixing classical mechanics with quantum mechanics, bro. You can't do that. You get what I'm saying? You can't do that because it's not in responsible with each. I mean, it's not in correspondence with each other. It's not in correspondence with each other. Quantum mechanics debunks classical mechanics. That's why we have quantum mechanics, which is the modern mechanics. It's the modern physics, quantum physics. We don't go off the 1500s anymore, bro. But we're finna get into it, right? It said associated with electrons located at monuments. Boom. It said disturbances that describe the likelihood of where a specific electron might be found. If we were to look for it, right? If we were to look for this electron, if we were to find it, we would know next to nothing about its energy, which implies we would not know where I would be in the next moment. We refer to the probability disturbance by the what is called anachronistic misleading and Baharian term or orbitals, however you want to pronounce it. Why misleading? Because to a normal person, the term orbital implies that the electron actually has a defined and observable orbit, something that is simply impossible to know. And then they got a question mark. Can you explain why? It said another comment, right? And often useful way to describe where the electron is in an atom, right? To talk about the electron probability density or electron density or short. It said in this terminology, right? Electron density represents the probability of an electron being within a particle value of space. See that? So when a brother had brought out in his presentation that the space was 99.9999 empty, right? But they leave us one space, 1% that's not. Guess what's in that 1%? Guess what's in that 1%? I'm gonna read it again for you. It says, right? It says another common and often usefully way to describe there or where the electron is in an atom is to talk about the electron probability density or electron density for short, right? In the terminology, electron density represents the probability of an electron being within a particle volume of space. Let me read it again. This terminology, electron density represents the probability of an electron being within a particle volume of space. Right? So it says the higher the probability, the more likely it is to be in a particle region at a particular moment, right? Of course, you can't really tell if the electron is in that region at any particle, right? Because if you did, then you would know, or you would have no idea of where the electron would be in the next moment. So basically, it's saying that if you were to find this, you get what I'm saying? You wouldn't be able to know where it would be at in the next moment. You get what I'm saying? So Erwin Schrödinger, right? Erwin, I'm just gonna say Erwin. It's at 1887 through 1961. It said developed, and Max Born 1882-19 through 70. Extended a mathematical description of behavior of electrons and atoms. It say Irwin used the idea of electrons as waves and described each atom in an element by a mathematical wave function using the famous Kelvin equation. H, or how you want to look at the equation, right? It said we assume that you have absolutely no idea what either H or whatever that is, E and whatever that is, or but don't worry. Right? So she gave us a thorough breakdown on Erwin Schwarzenegger. She give us a thorough breakdown on him, bro. You feel me? This guy was born in 1887. You get what I'm saying? So this guy was around when classical mechanics was around. You get what I'm saying? He was around when classical mechanics was around, man. But him, Albert Einstein, and a couple other folks, you get what I'm saying? They debunk the classical mechanics. You get what I'm saying? By using energy and proving that it was energy there first in the beginning. Not only in the beginning, but you can find energy at the atomic level only. You get what I'm saying? It don't get no deeper. It gets deeper than this, man. It gets deeper than this. But like I said, man, the brother stole my goddamn argument. It is what it is. It's your boy Yaya Bay 2. We back with another one. Back when they thought we were gonna say it was gonna be one. We give the brother his W for stealing the argument. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know, they just don't understand quantum physics or quantum mechanics. They don't understand that it's the electrons at the atomic level. It's the energy, the electromagnetic fields. You get what I'm saying? And it's not solidity at all. But it's your boy Yaya Bay 2, man. I appreciate everyone tuning in. You guys have a nice one, man. Tune back in for the next one. Salah, y'all be easy.